Well, welcome to Grant's Farm. My name is Mary. David is our driver. And together we're going to take you on a unique adventure through this historic site and nature preserve, courtesy of the Bush family.
Mystical
I'm actually
geese.
going to start by talking about that red building across Grant Road in front of us. That is the Ulysses S. Grant National Historic Site. That is a free museum, and there you can tour the home of Colonel Frederick Dent, a home that was built over 200 years ago. Colonel Dent owned a very large estate. It was about 900 acres, and it includes the 281 acres we are currently on. He called his estate Whitehaven. Now, our story starts in 1843 when Colonel Dent's son invited his West Point roommate to come visit Whitehaven. Well, that roommate was none other than Ulysses S. Grant, who went on to become a famous Civil War general and our 18th president. However, in 1843, Second Lieutenant Grant was stationed at Jefferson Barracks. He would ride his horse the 7 miles down Gravois Creek to visit Whitehaven, and there he met Julia Dent. In 1848, the two were married, and as a wedding gift, the Dent family gave the couple 80 acres of land. Thus we get the name Grant's Farm. Now, if you're looking to the right, you see our 7-acre Mirror Lake. This lake, along with all the other lakes on the property, is a natural habitat to visiting waterfowl. You might see that white egret all the way over on the other side, but I promise you that everyone's going to see some Canada geese today. Now, our story jumps up to 1857 because that's when Adolphus Busch immigrated from Germany. In 1861, he married Lily Anheuser, and he went to work for his father-in-law, Eberhard Anheuser, in a small brewery. Eventually, Adolphus Busch became president, and the brewery took the name Anheuser-Busch. You may be familiar with that company name, as they are the brewers of Budweiser, our king of beers. Straight ahead of us are the main gates to Grant's Farm. They were built in 1912. They are topped by 2 bronze stags. However, the stags actually have elk antlers on top. Those elk antlers came from here at the farm. To the left of the tram is a unique fence. It is built from 2,563 rifle barrels, guns that were used in the Civil War. August Busch Sr. had that fence built as a way to commemorate those Civil War veterans. Now, to the right is Hardscrabble. That's the cabin Ulysses S. Grant built for his family in 1856. This is not the original location of the cabin. It has been dismantled 3 different times. Most recently, it was displayed at Forest Park in 1904 at the St. Louis World's Fair. In 1907, the Busch family purchased it for $5,000 and brought it to its current location. We do have 2 Civil War era cannons right there in front. And if you look closely at the flag, it might look a little different. That's because there are only 31 stars on our flag. Because here at Hardscrabble, it is 1856, and we only have 31 states. Looking to the left of the tram, you're going to see some beehives. Those hives were built to kind of mimic the style of the cabin. We have apple trees and peach trees for the bees to feed on and pollinate. We use that fruit then to feed our animals on the farm. And in season, we actually sell that honey in our general store. Now we're just waiting for the gates to open. And then we're going to enter the 160-acre Together Credit Union Deer Park.
He's just behaving. Enjoy the ride. He's not trying to be funny.
David, I'm going to step out again.
She's closing the gate.
Here in the deer park, we have over 30 species of animals that are roaming free. Animals from 6 of the 7 continents call Grant's Farm home. The Busch family have been collecting these animals for over 100 years. And total on the farm, we have almost 900 animals. I promise you you that everyone would see Canada geese, and of course, here's our first group right here.
Whoa! That is a lot of candy.
If you look down the hill, through the trees, up the hill to the right, you're going to see a glimpse of the Bush family estate. That home was finished in 1913. The twin lakes we're passing, one to the left and one to the right. Then in the summer, you'll find our large animals down in the water. Not only does it help to cool the animals off, it also helps to rid their body of flies. To the right of the tram is our first wooden sculpture. You'll see a wooden sculpture of a bear. It has a nice little sign welcoming you to the farm.
See it?
Yeah. What did it say?
Welcome.
Up ahead to the right of the tram, you're going to start to see some of our North American elk. Once their antlers start to grow in the spring, they can grow as much as an inch a day. Here's one posing there for you.
That's awesome.
Down the hill
That's
to
awesome.
the right, you'll see several of our cattle. In that group, we have some of our Scottish Highlands. Scottish Highland are a very traditional breed. Even the Queen of England had Scottish Highland herd. As we're waiting for this next gate, you can look to the right. You're going to see another wooden sculpture. This one is going to be of a peacock. It is the male
Rich,
that
look
has
at them
those very
turkeys.
colorful feathers. Peahens are not quite so colorful.
Hey,
If you're lucky,
I
oh,
didn't
we got a
touch it.
couple wild turkeys there to the right of the tram. Truly wild. They are not bred here at the farm. They just kind of flew in one day. We think they're cute. We let them stay.
Look at them.
You can see the males that put their feathers out. That's also like the peacocks. And if you're lucky, when we get off the tram at the Deer Garden, there might be some peacocks walking around. So more animals to the right of the tram. You can see several of our deer up there. The largest would be the red deer. Those are European red deer. They can be almost as large as elk when they're fully grown, about 500 pounds. And then way across, those kind of creamy colored ones, those are the European fallow deer. They're much smaller. They're only about 80 pounds. And we'll get a closer look at those when the tram comes down the other side. We are coming up to the highest point at Grant's Farm, so naturally we call this lake to the right Mountain Lake. And Mountain Lake is home to our water buffalo. You can see at least one of them out there. Water buffalo come to us from Southeast Asia. They are one of the very first domesticated cattle, good not only for working in the fields, but also for their nutritious milk. Oh, and if you look way across the lake, you might get a glimpse of our zebra. You can see it way kind of off in the distance there. There's a zebra and a zedong.
I saw it.
I know, I scooted
You got a real nice glimpse of our trunker swans here in Mountain Lake, though.
swans. The white
They're
birds.
up on top of it.
I know, it's still number one percent out of it. And you can get back on
The next set of animals to the right are going to be our odad, also known as barberry.
Whoa!
They come to us from North Africa, and they can actually jump 7 feet straight up.
Wow. They can climb those trees.
enjoy seeing these animals, you can understand why in 1903 August Sr. purchased the farm. Gravelly Road was just a rutted dirt road. It took all day by horse-drawn carriage to reach the farm from the brewery in the city, but August Sr. really enjoyed that country lifestyle. He designed the farm to be similar to the deer parks he'd witnessed in his many trips to Germany. And by 1913, the Bush family was living here at the farm. And since then, many generations of the Bush family have stayed here at the farm. Now, as we look to the right, we're trying to catch a glimpse of our ostriches. We do have 3 ostriches, Oscar, Opal, and their daughter. I can see one of them walking around. And we have more llamas and alpacas in our deer garden area. Back to our ostriches, they are the largest birds. They are flightless. And then to the left, a couple more of our deer kind of coming in to get a snack. Once again, to the right, you see those fallow deer. They're kind of creamy in color, maybe chocolate. They have spots. You know, fallow deer are interesting. They will keep their spots their entire lives, not like our Missouri whitetail that lose their spots as they age. Also, if you keep looking to the right, see if you get a glimpse of our bison. There are a couple bison down kind of in the valley there by the tree. Bison are the largest North American land mammal. They can get up to 2,000 pounds, but still run at speeds of 30 to 35 miles per hour. Then in this next group of cattle, you're going to see Texas Longhorns, you're going to see yaks, you're going to see Ankoli that come to us from Africa. Got a whole mix of animals here for you to look at to the right.
Look right there. You see them right? You see that? You see that?
That white Texas Longhorn, you know, those horns can be up to 100 inches from tip to tip. Adolphus Bush, I talked about August Bush Sr. Let's spend a moment to talk about August Jr., or Gussie Bush. Gussie Bush was president of the brewery in 1953 when they bought the St. Louis Cardinals. Rumor has it that he liked to have the Cardinal players out to the farm, and one of the wives said, Gussie, the farm is so nice, you should open it to the public. Gussie agreed, and in 1954, Grant's Farm was open to the public. So this year we are celebrating our 70th year of being open. We're so happy you decided to join us and be one of the 30 million guests who have been to the farm. If you'd like to have an even closer encounter with some of our large animals, consider booking one of our private tours. That 2-hour tour walks around the outside of the Bush family estate. It goes inside Grant's cabin and then comes out here to the deer park to feed some of our large cattle and elk. You can book that 2-hour tour on our website, grantsfarm.com. We are getting ready to leave the Together Credit Union Deer Park and into the Deer Garden. In the Deer Garden, you can buy a fun pass that's good for a carousel ride, 2 goat feedings, and a bomb pop. When you're finished enjoying all the activities in the Deer Garden, make your way to the courtyard for something to eat and drink. Guests over the age of 21 are welcome to go to our hospitality bar to enjoy 2 complimentary samples of adult beverages, courtesy of our sponsor, Anheuser-Busch. It is in the courtyard you get the tram to go back to your car. So if you've paid attention to nothing else I've said, remember that. This is a drop-off location. Do not come back to the Deer Garden. They won't let you on the tram here. You get back on the tram at the courtyard.
There's our wagon over here.
there's a peacock on the road in front of us.
So just sit tight till we're all the way at the top of the hill. You're going to listen for those air brakes. Oh, there's a peacock walking right next to the left side of the tram. So after you pass the cow and get close to the barn, you might see that peek in. But listen for the air brakes when we get to the very top. When you hear those air brakes, then you'll exit to the right. Remember, take all your personal items. This is a drop-off location only. Thanks for joining us today. I hope you have a good day here at the farm.
Welcome.